How about that? Okay, now we have microphone audio. Beautiful. Love it. How's it going, everybody? How's it going, everybody? Blake for the Little Regret channel. And I hope that you guys are all having a wonderful Wednesday. You know, you gotta make like Lord feel good on a Wednesday all the time. And I have the privilege to have the time to do some nations today. So let me go and get that little board off the screen. There we go. It's the hotkeys. The hotkeys are the issue. Anyways, now we're in the game. Let me go ahead and shut that off. Transition the music over, and we'll go ahead and get started. So I have a bit of a plan for today. We'll see how well that holds up. I've made a host of adjustments. My webcam is gone. I think I know why it's gone, but it's gone. There we go, there's that. Then I also have my GoPro running today, so I don't know why it's positioned up there, but... Oh, because I'm on the wrong card, that would be why. That would be why. Alright, cool, that looks a little bit more in keeping. Yeah, so I've adjusted some stuff with my seating position, my posture, and everything. I don't know if that's great visibility on the wheel or if it's just average visibility on the wheel. It just kind of looks like what it is for the moment. Actually full screen this for a hot second. But yeah, so what we're going to do is I'm going to get warmed up on some single player because there's a Group 1 prototype series race that has very similar settings to what we're going to be using for Nations, so I'm going to use that to get warmed up. Nations is going to be a 24-lap race, whereas what I'm doing right now will just be 10 laps, so not going to be quite the same in terms of strategy and consumption, but it will be just good practice getting the car around the track. After that, I think we're going to warm up with a little bit of sport mode racing, or warm up some more, like get in the groove of doing the online thing. Goodness, I can't talk today. But we'll do that, figure that out, and then once we get all that squared up and beautiful and lovely, then we will go ahead and get ready for Nations, which is not going to start for another 2.5 hours from now. So we've got time to kill. So let's kill it. Glad I'm feeling a weight off of my shoulders in terms of just being able to come and do stuff and get more done. I've actually recorded the last couple of Nations events as well. You might have noticed I've been pretty absent in terms of streaming for the last week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. Normal things, but also just I did want to still get something from it, so I did actually have a really good time on I think the second round of Nations Cup. And the third as well, I got some footage. I ran out of space on my computer, but I still saved the replay. So we might go back and take a look at that after proceedings today, or if we have enough time before proceedings. I don't know. If I'm feeling real happy about it, then we might make this a long stream, but we might not, because I don't infer having a ton of time. Anyways, we're already in the 787B, racing medium tires. I think it's on a stock default tune, which I assume is going to be the case in Nations. I could be slightly wrong about that, but let's just get a good baseline on the car with where it's at. I know we're going to have to make at least one pit stop with where things sit here. And I believe that based on my research, we're going to be making 2 pit stops during the actual Nations Cup race, because the pit cycle is just going to be that long. We're going to be pitting every 8 laps, whereas this one I think we're going to pit around lap 5 or 6. We shall see. We're going to see what the fuel and the tires do. These are not the exact numbers that they're going to be, like I said, so the data isn't super relevant, but we can kind of get an idea of how it's going to wear, and which axle it's going to wear, and what we can kind of do with our brake balance settings. And again, just get used to getting the car around the track in a healthy way. If we do well enough, we might even be able to walk away with first place and knock one more off our event progress. So I like the sound of that. Let's knock one more off the event progress. I would normally try and be a tryhard and do H-pattern shifting, which you can't really see over there. There is a shifter over here, and you can kind of see my hand on the shifter over here, but you can probably hear it too. But I'm just going to leave it as I would do it for the actual race. TC off, ABS on default. The rest of the car settings as they would be. So let's just go ahead and jump right in, not waste too much time. And oh my goodness, one of the biggest benefits that I can speak to is that I can see my HUD a lot more clearly now, which is a huge plus. Because before, my wheel was kind of in the way of all of that, and now not so much. Like, even though I'm sitting lower as well, I've dropped my wheel quite a bit, so it's not blocking as much of the screen, so that gives me a huge amount of visual real estate back, which is giant. Even when I'm using the round rim. And when I'm using the flat one, it's even more real estate. Pick up the pace a little bit. The car seems like it has something in it. Something being a lot of power, I guess. Gonna roll with that punch. I ruined the race, but just see where it's at for now. Definitely gonna wear the rear tires first at this rate. We'll see. So we definitely have the straight line advantage. We're doing good there. But ooh, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and restart that. But yeah, big straight line advantage. You gotta actually leverage that for the car, though. We want to really do well in this race. And I know that the key is going to be short shifting to really keep the car in line in a lot of ways. So I feel like something's up with my brakes. Short shifting the car is going to be the one way to really keep it in line in a lot of ways, especially on corner exit. But I also have to get my braking technique right if I want to really do this properly. And my brake pedal set up a bit stiffer than usual, which I like, but at the same end, I like it more for other sims than I do for GT. Because GT, you have to be able to hit 100% braking fairly often. The car ramp's nice. Should probably shift a bit shorter as well, just in regular operation. Just to get myself ready for the actual race. I mean, it might be one of those things where the car can last 8 laps and feel easy with no real issues, but it might be one of those things where you just stretch a little bit. I'm having trouble. I'm having a lot of trouble. I wonder if that's something I can fix the brake balance, but right now, the biggest thing I'm getting is that the car is just pushing. I'm not sure if I'm just doing a really bad job of stopping it, or if it almost feels like inconsistent. And I think I just have to be more precise as a driver, first and foremost. I think a bit of it's brake settings, a lot of it's just driver, and I'm going to get all that dialed in because mercifully we have time to do that. Like, that's what this is for. Because you do have to brake early in this car, but if you brake a little too early, you're really shortchanging yourself. Nice slow ramp on the throttle there. It's going to be what gets us through. Yeah. Yeah, if you want this thing to turn and not be downshifting constantly, you really have to turn it early. It's set up pushy, and I'm not sure if it's going to be like that in the actual thing, but I might test that too. This feels very, very off. I'm definitely trying to wheel the dang thing around quite a lot, but it feels really pushy. Like, there's not a ton of grip everywhere, sure, but it feels really pushy. But it's got the top end to keep up, so that's what we need to focus on right now. Brake plenty early for one. Yeah. I would really argue it does not need first there. That is the one really nice thing about the 787B though, is that it's really, really granular. It gets on power. If you're easy on power, it's easy on power because it doesn't have that much torque, so it'll work with you. But if you try and rush it, it will take that sense of urgency a little too close to heart. We're catching the cars in front too, but we gotta do a little bit better than we are, in my opinion. Let's assume this is how bad the car drives currently. The part of me doesn't believe it. Part of me actually is thinking the car's gonna be a lot more friendly to drive. We will see about that. That's likely a penalty if there are penalties to be served here. Yep, half second. Understandable. I get it. That's good practice for the race itself. Just don't go too wide there. Brakes, beautiful. If I'm going to leave my brake adjustment here, then I've got to really, really make a point of being stronger on the brakes. But what I'm probably going to do is back it off a little bit, because I know my rhythm and I want to stay in my rhythm. Not even necessarily as it relates to this car, but how I drive on GT as a whole. This thing is pushing, like, to the point where I suspect that the force feedback is going to fall off mid-race if I keep up like this. So I do think that me pushing the brake balance rearward helped, but it didn't help that much. Like, it only did a handful. Is that another penalty? That one felt closer. I think we're in the clear. Dip in, dip out. Obviously, we're not going to have any drafting going on like that during the race, but, you know, you gotta get it while you can get it, and all that. Take no prisoners in every opportunity. I guess I'm kind of surprised that 787B is in the meta right now, but I'm also not, because it's a quick car, low downforce configuration on a very low downforce track. Balance is a little bit more favorable to it because it's got less grunt. They still gave it a healthy amount of power. And I don't know exactly what it is, but it's probably something between ease of use in terms of driving and also just the actual speed output that you can get from it. So you can see the gears are long. You can see that's working. I mean, you can probably get these tires to last 6 laps here. I don't know what it's going to look like in the actual race. Like we said, probably 8. But I really do want to adjust this brake pedal. This is a bit much for me, and that was definitely another penalty. I was on gas early enough, and I was out wide enough to secure that penalty yet. It's because I keep thinking, oh, I'll be fine, and I'm over-slowing, and it's like, oh, no, you're not. This thing just can't steer. If I pick up another penalty, I should just go to the pits. This lap or the next. So I can sense some difficulty will be had just trying to get the car into the pits at speed. Though I can also sense that one of the key things you're going to want to do here, if you are mid-pack, is you want to work together with the other people around you to increase your chances of, you know, getting a good time, setting a good time, and making sure they're not holding you up in the infield. But if you can, like, set up a draft train and make it happen, you know. That's more like it. Now, I do feel like I could get the car into the pits without so much issue. Yeah, you could do it at speed without too many problems. But let's see. I think the issue for me is just being consistent with the speed, because it's going to be tough. It's tough, especially with the way the car is feeling. I feel like I'm not consistent on the brakes, and that's a huge issue. Probably because that window that I'm looking for in terms of pressure is a little too... or the range of motion is not wide enough. I don't have enough travel on the pedal right now. I guess the best way to put it. It correlates like a firmer pedal up top, which is nice. But the issue is that I feel like I can't get good braking performance consistently just throughout the entire braking zone, and especially once I'm starting to trail off of this. Because it feels like I let off a little bit and I lose a lot of pressure. Damn, again. Actually gonna play around with that right now. That actually seems better. Even just that small adjustment. And stop. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's closer. I'm not gonna say that's it, but that's closer for sure. Car is still super pushy. Oh god. So yeah, if the car drives like this, I am in some deep shit. But I mean, you know what? We're gonna work with it. Yeah, it's a lot easier to get the brake response that I'm looking for now. So that was a positive adjustment. Might leave it here, might tweak a little bit further. Now the biggest thing I need to do is just get my right foot trained a little better, be more prodigious. that's a low percentage move if I ever saw one. But I feel so much better though. I feel so much more confident in the car. Just with that change. I feel like I can actually get it to rotate now. Not a ton more, but you know, that little bit more to inspire some more confidence at least. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I don't think I'm gonna get a top 3 on this one even. I think that I spent too much time trying to mess with a setting I didn't really like. Trying to make it work. And I think that was the right move, but making that adjustment also is helpful. And I got more data from trying to drive it rather than just changing it immediately. And it's funny because, like, the car gears down very, very instantly, but it does not have a whole lot of urgency to turn into a corner. Yeah, and if I tried this again, I'd feel very confident about getting it done. But right now, I think this is the best thing to do. I'm going to take the money anyway, so I'm going to finish the race and then just run it again. Yeah, if you know how to drive the 787B with its terms on here, it really will just, like, it'll roll with you. It'll roll with you and it'll rock with you. And I think the same can be said for AC as well. It's a very, very approachable car from a driving standpoint. And it just kind of happened to win. But it's a fantastic car in its own right. It's just ironic that it really won the race of attrition because it was just so... It was set up in such a way. It was a Group C2 car, not a Group C car. They gerrymandered their way around that weight penalty. But those are racing stories right there. Anyway, yep, they're coming across the line now. Like I said, we'll take our money and we'll go ahead and try it again now that we have it a little bit more to our liking. Doing 32, so I think that we can try and bring that down to like an average 32.0 with the way the car's set up right now. I genuinely think. We can definitely have a much easier time just getting the car through some of the more tricky parts of the circuit early on. And that'll make up the difference. But 43,000 is not bad. Anyways, it's almost... it's 2 till the hour, so we'll go ahead and get started with the with the daily races at 2:30. So we have time to practice and get stuck in and all of that. I'm going to take one more stab at this race. I'm gonna run 0 on the brakes and see if it helps any, or see if it still feels okay. So yeah. Trail braking for me feels a lot better. I feel like I can get the car around the track a little bit better now, but still remains to be seen if that means I can win or do something with it. The good news is that we're getting practice. Start observing data and figuring it out as well. Coming up quick. Gotta be quicker than that. Get inside the lines, use the slipstream to our advantage. Feeling better now. Feeling butter. Nope, not too deep on the brakes. You're golden. Just gonna get up inside there on the Alpine. Yep. Almost dropped on the way out of the corner. I gotta really be careful when I'm gathering the car up like that to not try and go for the immediate pick. Because sometimes I'll just try and get right back up on the throttle and it's not happening. And this car is just not having it in general. Definitely bullying this guy a little bit. It's also because the braking distances are so different. Like, unless I really compromise my corner, I'm not getting it. It is what it is. I like the flow of the track. I think that for me, it's just getting used to how the car is behaving. But after making that small change in the last pit stop, it really did help. It really did. So I'm tempted to go a bit further, but I don't think I need to. Deep into the corner. The other thing to watch out for is just loss of traction as well, because it will happen sporadically. If you're in a hurry, it will, like I said, take that same sense of urgency. So what you want to do is just drive, relax, and just stay in your zone, regardless of what the situation around you is. Sometimes if you're close quarters, it can be a little tough. You know, you're tempted to fight and hold your position. But you still have to maintain the process, regardless of that. Like, I can feel the car yawing a little bit underneath me there, but I just have to make sure I hold it in just enough so it'll continue to work with me. It'll be alright. If you shift normally, this will make it 6 laps. Oh, you're kidding me. The other 4-rotor. Can't slot in there. Can't make it. Oh, you moved. .220. On the brakes early. Still getting into the inside a little bit. The other big thing I was worried about with dropping my seating position like this is I'm in a reasonably deep bucket. It's just a Sparko Sprint, but it's a reasonably deep bucket designed to actually hold you in the seat, obviously. But I was worried that my wheel would be too close and my elbows would be too far down, and that my arms would want to hit the side of the seat pretty often when I was trying to counter steer or do any funny business like that. It seems like I've got just about scienced out, or not scienced out, but, you know, lucked out to where it seems like it's working nice, so that's good. It's one of those things I'm still, like, consciously thinking about in the back of my head. I'm like, oh, don't hit your elbows, don't hit your elbows, don't do it, because it hurts so bad. It's, I'm not exactly sure what the inner structure of the seat is made of, but I'm pretty sure it's it's pretty strong, so... It is not fun to hit your funny bone on that, especially. That will it'll mess you up for a little while. I'm better on pace right now, just across the board. Yeah, definitely running better lap times now. So that is nice. Sometimes I just want to hold third there. But yeah, feeling confident so far. Feeling like I'm actually getting bedded in. If you're just patient on the throttle, the car will work with you. But it really requires that initial, like, understanding, like, I'm not going to pull the throttle open while I still have steering in it, because the car will freak out. Just enough. Okay, I think I'm going to actually pit in this lap. I feel like I could break closer to that light there in this car. Probably could. I'll try it next time around, since I have fresh tires. If this guy pits in, I'm for sure pitting in, but I don't think they're gonna. Also, I'm looking at this now. I'm like, do they have the right front tires? So they have them to where it's like the rear tires are the proper ones and the front tires are the proper ones. It's really cool. Actually, I like that. I mean, obviously they're not going to miss that detail, but sometimes the animations are just, you know, not on all 100%. Gas and go. Back in 16th, but that is a-okay, because most of this field, I think, is yet to pit. So yeah, I've kind of found my place there. You know, it's a bit of a safe braking area. Safe is good right now. Safe is perfect. Third might be working better out of the corner there, I'm not certain. Draft assisted. I don't think that was a corner cut, but you know, sometimes you're wrong about those things. They're real finicky, but I think we're in the clear. There they go. There they go. Here I go, killing again. I'm sure there's probably going to be some people who are yelling like, why aren't you short shifting more? I'm like, it's a weird feel thing. Like, there's a time and a place for short shifting, and I think that sometimes I'm cocky enough to think that I can get better drive off the corner without it. And that's purely an opinion thing, but it's my opinion. And I'm the one driving, so... But such is the ego. Alright, if you want to work with me, work with me. I'm here. I am not threatened by you. Your jizz. Okay, leaders are pitting. So yeah, right on that sign seems like the most I can do there. So we are 13 seconds out. Looks like this is the leading pack now. A little early on the brakes there, but that's fine. See how we can get these guys done. I knew that was going to be a late lunge. I always do a ridiculous amount of braking down there. Part is because they just have better faculty than I do. That's fair. I completely did that. That was all me. That was all me. Do one more run at this, and if it doesn't pan out, then it doesn't pan out. I'm gonna actually change the max torque on here. It feels like it's clipping, and I know I'm probably a bit over my head with that, but like it feels like it's clipping. And not that I care so much about clipping here, like the fidelity is not like hyper. It's not like a huge thing, but I also don't want to just kick down in strength mid-race, because that's going to throw me off a little bit. It's a big thing for me. You love to see it! I got fucking stranded out there. Because of that R18, and then just I try to take my line, and I've been in both sides of that situation before, though, where someone's like, oh, I'm gonna make a really low percentage move at the bus stop, and they pull it off because you're being their guardian angel and watching their back effectively. But then someone else is like, oh, I'm gonna come through too. And I've been on both sides of that, like I said. The person wanting to come through, the person being the guardian angel, and the person throwing a low percentage move. But it never ends well. It never ends well. Like, you get to know, like, if you can bully that one out of them, it often never ends well. You start trying third there more. That's a lot more like it. It's funny, the single player races on here are hard. Just I wish it wasn't so artificially, because it's like, yeah, you have to make all these passes, you have to make a lot of smart decisions, but it's not like, oh, it's not like exhibiting good racecraft, it's just exhibiting good situational awareness. I wish there was more racecraft to go with it as well, but there is if you race them right. But the issue is that you're never going to win racing that way. Because you have to be the one throwing those low percentage moves and making them stick and bullying the AI a little bit. Just make it happen. Obviously, I'm not in the perfect car for this. I could throw more power at it. I could throw more downforce at it. I could do a lot of things to make this more preferable. But the point is, you have to attack. That's exactly what I'm trying to do right now. Let's go on the attack. And boom, boom. You're moving. I felt it. I felt it. Nice and early on the brakes. Get on down. Power in. Alrighty. Beautiful. Well held. Alright. Got that gap right down after the first lap. Can't get in there. If I was thinking about it earlier, I maybe could have slotted in there, but it wouldn't help me much. 3.26, not bad. Alright, well, let's just keep on digging, because I don't feel like having another race ruined, and I will quit. I'm over it. This is just single player after all. I'm just here to get warmed up and figure myself out. Steering feels a lot better now that I made that change too, so I'm getting more confident that I'm approaching what I want from a setting standpoint. Didn't love the amount of space I was being given there. I don't think I'm going to make it. Almost. We're ready to take evasive action if needed. Is there anyone I can catch if we pit this early? It doesn't make sense. The window here is 4 to 6 on this car. Besides, staying with the AI to draft them is super unreasonable, whereas staying with an actual human to draft them makes way more sense. This car is fun to drive, but it's also a pain in the ass. Sorry for the bad word. It's just a pain, though. It's rewarding. Split times, brake here at the lights. So yeah, now I feel like we're getting in the rhythm finally. Yeah, I feel like I may have doomed myself a little bit with that choice, but that's alright. Just fill her all the way up, get her to the end. It is what it is. I also wish you could refuel and put tires on at the same time. A little further down the order than we were last time. Feeling good about the pit exit too. And the car is good. Just it took me a while to get warm, but the car is good. If you go off in the marbles, it's gonna hurt. We'll get a couple people after this chicane. They are going to hit a brick wall right about now. And still made it down to the inside. A little early, but still. It's not too bad. Yep. Part of me is saying I can do better in second than I can third there, but I don't think that part of me is telling the truth. I think that third is going to be equally as good. A little slow there, just had to gauge if I can make it. Beautiful. That is what we're looking for every time. A little tighter on the line. Okay. Let me bring this shit home. Because obviously this is not the race that we're going to be racing. We're actually online. I'm going to be quick and decisive. Smart about how I handle a lot of this stuff if I want to win. Because these guys are going to be way quicker. was almost way too late on the brakes. Lost a ton of speed there. Fortunately, no penalty. Yeah, I should have been paying more attention. But I did get it gathered up mercifully. Hope you're doing well today, by the way. I hope you are having a good one. And right now we're just getting our practice in for a Nations Cup. We're not doing Nations. It'd be hard for us to go up against names like these in reality and to have any chance of standing near the top, but I think we can do okay in our little second, third split world over here. Okay. Yeah, we're a lot closer than we were last time around. We're going to have to use every bit of it, but we're a lot closer. One of them might pit up there too, that'd be really convenient. Oh, okay, yep, I'm just running out of grip then. And that's probably a penalty. I'm pretty confident that's a penalty right there. That was wide as heck. Oh, guess not. Well, don't do that again. Trying to learn lines like these on GT3 cars. I feel that this is not a very fun track for the learning. So these things are... This is giving me a very hard time. I'm finally getting used to it. Circuit experience will give you good reference times, but it won't show you how to get them. This track sucks on circuit experience, as a matter of fact. Alright, let me focus a little bit. Yeah, I don't know if I have it, but I'm gonna give it everything I got either way. I'm not gonna come back to this race. Why do I keep trying to brake so late there? Like, that time I get it. Put myself in a weird spot and I wanted that position badly, but I need to quit braking so late there and just thinking I can get away with it. Because once the tires fall off, it's less easy. Yeah. It's not enough car. It is not enough car, I don't think. Not in my hands. Hitting it early might not have helped. So go on a... There we go. Alright. Going on a limb and say it was not a good strategy to begin with, but... You just kind of see what the car is going to act like when it's in, you know, a really crappy situation. So if you accidentally find yourself out in a crappy situation, you know what to do. And I know that I can't brake as late, and I know that I have to be a little more gentle in power. And by a little, I mean a fair bit. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm past it. I'm past it. I'm past it. We made it almost to the end. We almost made it to the end. Also, my thing is way too small to read today. I'm not sure why that is. Usually you can make that bigger. Right now I'm having trouble doing so. Oh, okay, beautiful. I can leave it. Read that a lot better. Off-duty motivator. I like that name. A lot cooler than Little Regret. Okay, let's move towards the online portion of this. I do want to set a qualifying time. I do. So what I think I'm gonna do is probably actually take a very quick 60 seconds, and then they're mandating everything, and they're allowing us to do car setup. Okay. Let me see something for the actual nations round. Are they letting us do any car setup? Brake balance, that's it. So yeah, I will be back in a couple moments. I just have to get a couple things figured out, and then we'll go ahead and get started on practicing for the dailies and then for nations. Alright, and we are back. Cool. So, with that said, I'm curious as to whether this is going to drive exactly the same or what have you. The ratings, the numbers are slightly different, slightly lower on the regulation specified 787B versus the one that I'm in, so maybe it's slightly different. I don't know. Tire wear is going to be a lot less aggressive, 5x instead of, I believe, what was 12x on that last race and 3x on fuel. So we'll get there when we get there. We will have plenty of time. What I'm going to do now is I think we're going to go ahead and set a good queue time and get settled in for... this is weird that they're doing this now. Go ahead and set a good qualifying time for race C, and then we will get stuck in for one of those, so the one at the top of the hour coming up, and then we will do race B at the bottom of the hour. Then we'll have a little bit of extra time to get settled in for Nations, and we will do that, and hopefully that will go well. Driven this course in real life? Oh my goodness. I've heard that this course is like incredibly dangerous because of how turn 1. It's a very high commitment corner. You have runoff, and then you kind of have big wall. Big wall. That's a great way of describing it. This is slightly sideways. And slightly too high. One sec. It feels like it was way further away than it was, but whatever. Yeah. It is not as intimidating as Coda. I can understand that. I can understand that. I don't know if I've ever had an explicit desire to drive Coda, but Coda does sound like a lot of fun. I am going to throw a quick setup on this, so bear with me. Oh, that's what it is. Every time I try and hotkey that, it focuses on another scene, which is stupid. Oh? This doesn't make sense then. I'm very confused. Whatever. I don't know why I care. I don't care. I'm over it. This thing is acting crazy, and I'm just not gonna care. Say I can't even tune the car. Maybe that is the case. At any rate, I know what I'm doing here. Overslowed a little bit there, but the car likes it. We're on very soft tires too, I might add. The softest compound available. It's a mandatory pit stop, so we're all winners coming anyway. Yep, all the way out there on that curb. You can get the left tires up on the regular portion of the curve and be fine, because that's where it meets the white line. The main thing is you can't have 4 tires past that white line or past that curb. Give it to me. Give it to me. Thank you so much for the sub, Off-Duty Motivator. And I am crazy. I am certifiably crazy. But, yeah. We'll hopefully get stuck in for some more of this, and I am excited to run some more Nations and manufacturers as it comes up. I think the last round of this Nations qualifier is on Saturday, and then after that we pivot to manufacturers next Wednesday. I think I'm off duty. Off duty. Huh, I see what I did there. I think I'm off work on Saturday, so I should have time to run that one too. It's something spa, specified cars, so we'll see what it ends up looking like. The last specified one was a really fun time, but also a pain. So they had like all the tuned sports cars and supercars, and everyone went with the BMW M3 except for a couple of brave souls who took the LFA, and they did well, which is really cool to see it. There was, you know, a couple of ways to thrive in that meta. Yeah, thank you so much for your generosity with that sub. I was really, I was caught out for a second. Can I go later on the brakes there? Maybe. Maybe. That was kind of close. But we will be up by about a second. I think we can get into the 17s here, but I'm not quite as quick as to get a 16 or anything close to. So we'll try and set a goal for just mid-high 17s, and hopefully that'll be on the pace. See where we can start to pick up pace, 'cause I'm just kind of getting settled in now. Oh, it likes to rotate on that curb. Likes it, but it will also probably do a little too much if you put a wheel in it. Oh, that was too far. That's a penalty for sure. I'm certain. Or not. I'll take being wrong. I'm cool with that. I wasn't quite good enough on the throttle there. That little bit of spin. Still getting it figured out. 200 on the brakes, it feels right. To be probably a little bit more careful when we get to the actual race itself. We can get into the 17s at least. So that's good, 17.7. I keep thinking I'm going to understeer off into oblivion there. Probably because that's exactly what you want to avoid. Fast hands. Yeah, that was not good though. Lost me some time. Oh, I guess I just barely had it in track limits that last time around. I got to kind of see where the Ghost was at, and there's like, I think, either a portion of a tire or just barely a whole tire still on the curve. So that was nice. So I was certain I messed it up. Ooh. Is there really that much time gain there? Because if there is, we could get this down another couple tenths. Easy. And try and brake a little later here, though I don't think we're going to have much room to. It's not bad, though. It's not bad, it's just not great. I think right on the 200 is going to be the actual mark that I use, but a little bit past will be safe for qualifying. Didn't get inside enough, lost time. Yeah, if you're confident placing the car, then it's going to pay off here, but that's exactly what you need. The car rotates so much more in third there, but I don't know. There's a lot going on. Oh, that time gain. I'm behind and I'm still making it up. That time gain is ridiculous. Yep, and you had to be really smooth, and I wasn't smooth enough jumping that curb. That was my biggest issue. It wasn't smooth enough. Okay, let's try that again. Or not. Or not. I'll take a 17.7 for now, and I'll rest on it. Already getting our mileage pretty well for today. 17.6 is the optimal. Yeah, could have been 500ths better effectively, but that's not a problem. And it's still still slow for me, so crazy. Alright. What else are we going to do? I'm happy with the time, though. I feel like we should be able to get it further. Let me see if I can download anyone's lap. I don't know if anyone has replay data. They do. With the Corvette. So that is currently the 60th best in the world. Seems turn 10A, the car gets squirrely. The S's also seems like the car needs to be perfectly set up or it'll create compounding problems. Yeah. So 10A is one of those things where if I jump the curb here on GT, it'll basically ruin the rest of the chicane for me. And what I'm trying to do if I'm braking early is I'll instinctively try and take that, but this car just doesn't have the suspension travel for that, and it's making issues. I also just had to be nice and gentle on the throttle to make that happen. S's are definitely going to be a big pain point. If you don't get your steering done early, positioning becomes a huge issue, and then it's either that or you lift off the throttle and you lose time. And obviously, in reality, you're lifting off throttle to lose that time, but I'm being a bit overzealous, I suppose. So yeah. And the other thing is, out of, I believe it's 7, going out of 7, I am having a lot of issues getting the car to just be completely well-behaved, which is why on that 17.7 lap, it was so easy to gain time coming out of that corner compared to my Ghost on that lap. There was always like a tenth or more there on offer. That was a really good turn 1. Okay. So there's definitely adjustments that need to be made. If I'm smart, I'll probably go and watch the actual lap. So I can see what they're doing. It also is not running brake balance at all, so maybe that'll help. Alright. Yeah, if you shift up early there, it's fine. Especially because they've taken more power out of the car now, so it's even more sedate. Dang. So yeah, being a little bit less aggressive on entry actually yields a lot. If you're precise, even if you're precise, being less aggressive doesn't matter. I'll put it that way. Was not as aggressive on exit, but I think I'll be fine. Got a slightly better exit than the 17.7 lap, but I think we actually didn't do much compared to the previous run. And get down here. Yeah, not too shabby. $17.4, I'll take that as an improvement. Ah, crap. I was just slow there. Yeah, I carried that one way up. It's a pretty easy penalty. And that was still better. That was still a net improvement on exit. And I got loose there. So that means I really didn't do a whole lot through the actual corner. Because I was out of position in 6. Simple. What time is it now? 2:50. So I was going to have to take a break to go hop in the Nations Cup qualifier, just mess around with that. I don't think that's going to be a worry or a concern. Yep. I am going to go enter the race, though. Because it's 10 minutes until it closes, so no reason not to. I also want to see what's up with these settings. It's saying we can't adjust anything. Or it's implying that we can't adjust anything. Yeah, because it's a specified car. But it's saying you should be able to adjust suspension or diff or brake balance. Which is weird. Weird. I'm gonna see if I can't figure that out right now, because if it actually lets you play with the suspension and the differential, I want in. Simple as that. Probably get some water too while I'm at it. It just seems like an oversight, but it's also really frustrating that they're like, oh yeah, you can play with suspension, you can play with diff, but also you can't adjust any of the cars that we give you. It's like, what? Really? Not that I particularly need it right now, but I just want it. I should be happy enough with my time. But with that said, I'm going to keep trying to improve it. We're only going to get a few more chances. I really want to keep my foot in it there. There's no use. I think it's light damage, so it will repair itself. I'll just keep going. I guess I would technically have more time to practice if I didn't, but I also have more of a bias towards the front end of the course if I did. Hopefully we can get our ranking up a little bit. Not that we particularly need it, or that we should really be shooting hard for it on this one. I should be really focusing more on Nations itself. But I think that just being able to understand what we're up against, just with racing online, will help us some. Turned in too early there. It's positioning, it's all positioning. Yeah, that was not the most efficient way onto the straight, but it's not bad. I got to the apex, but I did jump the car off the curb a little bit, and I was also sliding through that portion. The car was settled by the time I got back on the gas, but it likely cost me that little bit of time where I could have gotten on the gas even earlier, had more of a run. Alright. High 17. 7. See, I can turn in even more there, slash even earlier, but I just need to get my nerves right. So yeah, and I do think I'm going to do Daily Race C as well, but I'm not going to have a ton of time to just kill it. You know, I'm going to get in, set a lap, and then just do the best I can, ultimately. Yeah, that felt like a penalty too. That's fair. I keep trying to take too much. And you know, at this stage, like, I need to stop worrying about the qualifying time. Like, 17.4 is healthy. And I need to start driving like I'm going to drive in the race. And I should have been doing that 5 minutes ago, as soon as we entered. But alas, I was getting greedy. Make mistakes now, absolutely, but I was getting greedy. Really jumped off that one. It's not as good. Still legal, but not great. That was a good exit. That was a good exit. That was tempered. Thank you much. But like I said, I need to still just focus on driving as like I'm driving the race. Jumped it a little bit. There we go. Stay with me. We won't have time to finish this lap, but we'll get close to. Try to keep my foot in it. don't try to keep your foot in it. I think, especially with this car, but don't try and keep your foot in it. Yeah, you can see, like, I'm driving sloppy now, too, but I think that was more just desperation kicking in. Kept it all together. I mean, it's still, like, it's not a bad lap. And sometimes you'll need a little bit of desperation to hold it together. But I think I knew better to not do some of that stuff there. Anyways, we're in. And we're set in 17th still, so that's good. And that'll start us right in the middle of the pack. So 16s are the order of the day, but you know, we'll still be good enough for P6 on that one. Not quite the fastest non-BMW, but not far off ultimately. If we can just start 6, finish 6, that's a great race for us. I'm gonna try and shoot for top 5, but ultimately the race is be consistent, be smart, and don't be afraid to play the game without, you know, like get your elbows out, but also don't fight. Get your elbows out, but don't fight. That is a cardinal rule. We got 13 laps, and effectively, we should be thinking between lap 5 and 8 we want to pit. Still can't make any adjustments. I usually just take the warm-up period to rest rather than try and get, you know, a third to a half of a lap in. Yeah, and if we get into a sticky situation, we can just go ahead and pit in. The goal here is to try and pit off cycle from other people so that we don't hold ourselves up. So if I have to pit early, I'll pit early. But like I said, between 5 and 8 is sort of my window. No lie, I'm kind of sad I can't run liveries, but that's fine. Let's make it happen, Captains. We only have an hour until Nations. We just need a good positive start. We do not need to be heroes here, so let's just keep our elbows out, not fight. Not too soft into the first corner, but not too aggressive. We did a good job of just gauging that one, feeling it out. Ooh, she got a little squirrely there. Still in it. Early on the brakes here, just to be safe. Slight concertina, paid off. Elbows out, don't fight. Remember, just elbows out, don't fight, play it safe. I think we just kept inside track limits there, but we had to fight a little bit. Why do you want it so bad? Definitely body blocked him a little bit, but that's life. All right, let's keep digging. Keep on digging. So yeah, I don't think we're going to be making up any headway on the cars ahead. That's fine. I really don't need to struggle all that much, like I'm doing a good job of maintaining. Strat's still good, I'm gonna go until 7, but we'll see. Oh no, the gap is behind the other car. Didn't want to fight him, but I had to keep him honest. Good fight, though. Good fight. Alright, come on. Stay with me. We did get out of there. Ooh, that was brave. I'm trying to just think on my toes here. Bravo, sir. Thank you much for the follow. They're going into the pits. I'm not going into the pits. I think that's not my line right now. It's going to pay off for me, but hopefully I don't bin it in the meantime. A little slow through one. That's fine. Thank you for the follow. I do appreciate it. Did see that out of the corner of my eye, but I'm trying not to look at chat. That's the feeling. That is the whole feeling right now. VX, great to see you. Long time no see. Just trying to hold it down right now. I'm not leading this race on merit, but I am doing pretty well. We're running, I think, net P4. And it's time for me to pit. How have you been? Have you been since we've last seen each other? Obviously this isn't Nations, but we're going to be getting into Nations in a little under an hour here. Nice and early. Jumped it. And let's get it on in. Alright, I think we did just enough there. Tired. I get that. I'm actually feeling real sprightly. I'm feeling good. Just trying to get more rating ahead of Nations and just have fun and enjoy GT7 again. But constantly changing things, work's constantly changing, and life is lifing. You gonna stick around for a bit, or are you just on for a few minutes? Okay, mercifully no penalty there. Come out net P6. We might have some people going long. We might not. Right behind Napoli, though. So this is our fight, effectively. Just ahead of that M6 we were fighting earlier. Strong driver. I was worried it was not going to go fast enough for a second there. I got genuinely concerned. Stay with me. Fun race, though. This is a fun race. I like it. It's getting messy back there. think P3, I've run with P3 a lot. I think that is going to work out. 12 a.m. and work tomorrow, so good luck for Nations. Thank you so much. Hope you have a good rest of your night, VX. I appreciate you. Jump. Just gotta be conscious of what you're doing when you're doing it. If you're out of position, just get yourself back in position. We got 4 laps to go, and setting decent times. It's gonna be tough to catch this AMG up here. It's a killer. It's a killer. Mercifully, we're kind of in no man's land, but also we're kind of in no man's land. So, P5 is good, but I also still want some blood. Mistakes can be made. As very crucially, mistakes still can be made by anybody. So let's make sure we're not that one out of the 12. Because mistakes can still be made by anybody, like I said. So I'm trying to be careful, but I'm also like, I'm gonna go wide here. Screw it. But I'm also just not going wide, but it's because I feel like I'm controlling the process as best I can. But you can't always control the outcome. Sometimes you do the best you can to drive it, and the car still goes wide, and that's just when you have to say screw it. Yeah, there's first and second, third and fourth right there. They're both caught up in it, both pairs. So if anything happens, we'll be here to pick it up. Kept good pace to the leaders too, so nothing to be ashamed of there. They're fighting into one is always a great place for something to happen. They're slow, but all it's gonna do is get me a little closer to the Corvette ahead. Yeah, props to the car that's now currently in P3. They've been driving a great race. Coco's been driving a great race for sure. It was unfortunate they spun someone in so doing, but them's the break sometimes. Ooh, what happened there? He also had a sense of danger. We both had a sense of danger there. Our spider senses were tingling. Do it then. Do it then! See what I do. Just keep going, keep going. I don't care. I'll get you later. My breathing is a bit stifled. Yeah, we did really well to do that much. We did incredibly well to get that much done. I'm not sure what more we could have done to get that AMG up there, but they drove a heck of a race. That was amazing. Also, apparently that Corvette up there did not take tires. So... Or they didn't do a stop at all, I suppose, is what it was. They ran the entire race on the same set. Thank you, Off Duty, I appreciate it. I'm really happy with that one. Gained a couple places. It was honestly a really, like, that's what you want to see from GT7. Like, everyone was racing hard, but no one was racing crazy. And I feel like Elbows definitely had to be out there. But that was super cool to just be a part of. I enjoyed that immensely. At any rate. You don't think the AMG pitted? No, they did. Because if they didn't pit, they would have gotten that same 1 minute penalty that the Corvette behind me did. Because you have to take a pit stop for that race, or else it will give you that penalty. I think they pitted the lap before I did, and somehow or another they came out ahead of me. But they were ahead of me before the stop, so that makes sense. But they came out just ahead, and somehow the guy who was in, like, I think P3 or P2 came out with us. I guess they got a penalty or something. Anyways, I said I was going to do race B and then get ready for Nations, because that'll give me some extra time. So this one's going to be more about just getting the lap right, putting it all together and all that. What's the meta car? I have no clue. That makes it pretty easy to see. I wouldn't usually be so let's do the meta, but I'm trying to get my rank up, and it's Nations Day, and these are all important things when you're trying to factor in getting into the highest split possible. So yeah. Thank you so much, Off Duty. You're truly living up to your name. You are keeping me in great spirits, and that is I'm hoping I can keep it up. Do you do any streaming at all by chance? Let me go ahead and check your profile, I guess. Ah. Well, all the same, thank you so much for being here. I was gonna drop a quick shout out to you. To your channel. And again, yeah, thank all of you guys for being here. Whether you're on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook. All mostly the same name, same game, Low Regret, playing a lot of GT7. And just streaming whenever I get the chance. Also doing gold guides in short form videos on YouTube and TikTok. So just... This is the fun part. This is the fun part where I can actually race and just kind of get into a groove and and do what I really like to do. Whereas the TikTok stuff is more just like informational. You know, I do what we call gold guides on there. So just mainly guides on how to get certain license tests, circuit experience stuff, and missions done. Outside of that, so still making headway on that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to set a really good time here, but I don't think that's really the goal. Like, the goal is just to have a solid, decent race, not languish in the mid-pack here. So I just want to set a banker and then maybe one more. These cars are so grippy on racing mediums. Like, they're so grippy. Like, I feel like on racing hards, there's some nuance to driving them. Racing mediums, just like, okay, well, just hang on. Whoa. Slippy, slippy. Cool. See if it's light damage or heavy damage. Yeah, I don't know why I even restarted. I'm only gonna get 1 lap out of this anyway. There's not enough time for me to do 2 laps anymore, so just 1 lap, all I got. So let's give it. I'm gonna keep practicing, even though I won't have time to do a 2nd lap, but I'm more focused on getting a good lap in. Sorry if there's a lot of weird light shafting going on the wheel cam. Just kind of the way the blinds are doing. I'm seeing that too visually. It's a little bit less aggressive with, you know, my own 2 eyes, but still going on. And the wheel rim, the little top bar here, that's occasionally flaring up in my eyes. So we're just doing the best we can with it. Okay, that was a lot better. Still on the brakes early? Still on the brakes early. Alright. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be much of a lap, but I think that it'll be something where we can gain some positions at least. That'll be the goal. Besides, like, the luxury is us setting the lap. That hurt significantly. And I actually hit my freaking elbow on this little stand up here, but luckily I just kind of grazed it. It just hurt my pride more than anything. But yeah, this is not going to be much of a lap. I imagine this is going to be either a 3 or a 4 lap race here. Just given the amount of time. Maybe 5. Because any grip loss in this thing, because it's so low on power and high on weight, really is going to come at a detriment. Yeah, this thing can stop really, really well because of the tire. Yeah, it's a shame. Could have gotten it at least down to like a 210 or a 209. Also realizing the further I sit, like, if I do not sit as high and with my back as high into the chair and with my back as far into the chair as I possibly can, I'm doing myself a disservice, and I'm starting in 13th. So that's also not great. But I do think that we can make some headway. We're going to need to make some headway, though, is the unfortunate part, because this is a much weaker lobby in general. Excuse me. So, obviously, the goal is just to have a good, solid race, but we need to be picking people off. Like, need to be picking people off. 4 laps. That's all we're going to get to do it. Yeah, we'll see. Didn't see what the qualifying times were, but I'll worry about that another day. So I'll likely be back on likely Friday. I'm in 12th, not 13th. But I'll likely be back on Friday to do this one properly. I like Race C a lot, and then I'll probably come back to that too, but I want to put some actual time in on Race B to get better at it. I mean, I like Suzuka. Suzuka's my track, but... Let's see. Yeah, I got people who are like 2 seconds faster than my time. So yeah, the hope is that they'll make mistakes or have fallings out or what have you. You know, when you're in B, it's a little bit less of a clean affair, but to the same end, you can't assume that that's going to mean that you're going to make something up just cause. Alright, here goes nothing. That was an odd character going into the corner. Could try to throw one there. I don't want to go here, but I can also force the issue. Yeah, just driving behind this guy is not pleasant, but he's got a 5.5, so at this rate, it kind of just is what it is. I didn't want to fight for it, but whatever. I'm also trying to gauge how fast I can even go through there, because I didn't get a good read on that during practice. Which is a great sign. We were making up places, though. So that's comforting. If we can get in the top half of the field, I'll be happy. I'll be happy enough. Wow. Just hang with it. Just hang with it. Just hang with it. Life happens. Besides, it was not in that group where things began to happen up there. My brain is soup. Taking it. You know, I'm not proud of that, but I was there. I'm not proud of it, I was there. I'll apologize to him after, but I don't really feel like that was necessarily my move to apologize for. I didn't do anything wrong, as I see it. Okay, play like that then. Getting real tired of it. We're in the top half of the field. I don't know why I'm being so complainative, but mainly just because I know I can get more and I'm hunting. Force the issue. That was nasty. I'm sorry. That was nasty. That was nasty. That was grimy. That was icky. It was glad I pulled it off. That's all I can say. Like, I would feel genuinely violated if someone did that to me. And I'm not, again, super proud, but I did what I had to do to make this decision. Because I left him space. Like, that was the thing. Is that, like, you'd be like, oh yeah, you should just completely shut him down. I left him space. Just enough. I left him a car width. And that's all I needed to do. That's all I'm you know. That's all that I have to do. And that's a pain, you know. It truly is. But I did what I had to do. Alright, just quick thinking there. I was worried they were going to unghost, so I couldn't take the preferred line. Oh! It's getting real ugly up here. What is going on today? Yeah, once I actually started to get a feeling for the car, it started to come together a lot more. I definitely am not going to be trying to throw these low percentage ass moves during Nations, like, not even remotely, but I needed to at least try and secure my DR a little bit. And people were giving me chances. We climbed out of that one. We had to climb out of that one. And again, not like my proudest race in terms of like every single interaction I had with every other car. There are a few that definitely left me feeling a little bit less than, but I did what I had to do in a lot of cases. And I don't think I drove anyone like unfairly. Like, I think everything I did was good. I'm gonna still apologize for boxing it in. Ah, he left already. Oh well. It was what it was. Okay, we're getting close enough to Nations to where we should really start getting that practice in. So close to A+. So close. We keep going up and down and up and down. And it really is pursuant to the amount of practice you put in. Because a race like that, a race B like that, where I qualified with that same kind of time and couldn't make those low percentage moves, would have been the one where I would have lost, you know, rating. And not even because like I drove a bad race, but just because I started far enough back to where it would have been a problem to make a lot of good, solid moves, unless people were giving me openings or making mistakes. Which fortunately there was a lot of that to go around in that last one. Anyway, crap, how long have we been going? 2 hours and 15 minutes already. Minimum number of pit stops is 2. Okay, I didn't realize. I didn't realize you had to take 2 pit stops. Heavy mechanical damage. Light penalties for shortcuts. And pit lane penalty is on. Penalty for colliding with others. Okay, so we're going to be running a high-speed BOP. So that was the one thing that's different. I'm going to go ahead and take another break. I'm going to run out real quick, and I'll be back in time to start properly preparing for Nations. See you guys in a few seconds. Okay. 12.5 minutes, or 12 minutes and change. Oh, okay. Car's gonna be a little different. That's fine. 780 horsepower. That's the number. Well, I think if I had that much power, I could have absolutely won the Group 1 prototype thing, but such is life. Okay. I don't quite know how much fuel to save, but this thing is gonna be fucking fast. Sorry for the bad word. Slightly different experience to drive. That's fine. I asked for that, pretty much. Still pushy. Still a pushy car. Brake a little bit later. Okay, so I have to be a lot more careful on power, naturally. I saw a lot of people were really short shifting last night, so they meant business. I didn't realize that the jump in power is going to be about 90 plus from where I was sitting. So yeah, even just rolling into it easy in second is going to be much less of an option. And it likes third. And it likes third. Let's not get that. Let's not forget that. Oh, that's a huge cut. It's a giant cut. Okay, so if you cut bus stop, you're still hitting the penalty line all day long. Yeah, third. Yeah. Let's try it out of here. Okay, okay. That's interesting data. I feel like, oh, okay. There's a case to be made for... There's a case to be made for using third out of all the corners. I would say if you're carrying more than a nominal amount of speed, like more than 100 kilometers an hour, you might want to consider taking third out of there. Huh, that was illegal. Alright, let me start trying to set some proper laps and do them in succession as well. Yeah, it might have to be third. I'm gonna keep trying second out of there, but that's a complex exit too. So yeah, that one definitely benefits third. Yeah. That's what this is. It's the third gear show starring the Mazda 787B. This thing just eats. It eats and it gets traction. But more importantly, it gets traction. It's a 31.6. Third for sure. I'm gonna try second out here again. That was a bad metric, but if this lap is a good one to go off of, then it'll be great data. I can break even earlier than that. That's ridiculous. Tag the wall there. But I'm a second up. You know what that means? I was slow. So I'm brake to corner with gear 1 for rotation, exit with third, skip second, brake balance rear 3, try TC01, you'll get to the 130s. TC seems fine. I'm going to mess with the brake balance a little bit and see if that helps. Need a break earlier than that. Always need a break earlier than that. So I'm losing time there. I lost time there in that lap too. I'm going to keep trying second out of Air National, but I don't think that's necessarily the best thing. Let me see it compared to this 30.8, see what the delta says. Yeah, there's maybe a tenth in it if everything's perfect. Which, I mean, for that amount of time, third gear is better. Try to skip. Oh, you're just saying to shift it late, pretty much. Okay, yeah, it's all Mazda. All Mazda all the time. No exceptions. Mini Conan. Raced with before. SPL seems to be a recurring character in my Nation's Fight slow roller I've seen before. Oh, wow, that's so yellow. That's so yellow! Thank you, Chimu. I appreciate it. What's the point table looking like? 255 for first. That's solid. That's solid for me. I would say that if I can get a top 5, great. Top 10, passable. Anything below 10th, I should be rerunning this effectively. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh well. Aiming for first. Hey, if it's there, I'm taking it. If it's there, I'm taking it. That's for damn sure. Alright, 10 minutes. Let's get her done. Shift late for qualifying for sure. Yeah, I might want to make some serious considerations about working with people with draft, but just time it carefully. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Tapped him. I think I might be able to work with these two. We'll see. Might be a bit treacherous. Dirty Air doesn't seem crazy. Okay, good exit out of there. Shift up later. And let's get it. Not the best turn one in my life, but that's okay. They're a bit more on the limit of grip than I was. Ooh, there she gets spun up. Come get it then. If you want it, come and get it. Thank you. Thank you. Just hang on. Stay with it. I'm not sure why I'm driving it so ugly and just saying, yeah, fuck it, but that's what it is. And I got a penalty. I may as well reset if it can be helped. Cross the left white line? Okay. I'm guessing you're doing it late enough to avoid a penalty, but early enough to get a significant advantage. Take it away. You guys are on laps. I'll tow this guy. I mean, I think he towed me last time, so I'll tow him for sure. We're at P5 currently. And the second off, I should add. Sorry if I didn't slow enough there, but a lot of shit was going on. People were trying to avoid drafts. It's for sure a penalty. Oh well. I'll be a good sport, though. I'll be a good sport about it. Oh, they also got a penalty. We'll have time to do one more lap after this. I'm looking behind me way too much, though. You know, just let it ride. Just let it ride. Let it ride. Life happens. We can improve on this lap. Oh, thank God. I was holding my breath there. I was holding my breath there to see if I got a penalty. I mercifully did not. Alright, that's better. Come on. I don't know if it's going to be enough, though. 4th, alright, take it. I'll take it. I got lucky. Thank you for your help. So yeah, now we just need to keep our heads on straight for the race. It's that simple. Just process control, keep the car underneath us, everything else will go fine. If we stay right where we are and we don't move at all, we get a great points haul. But if we get first, we get a PB. So we're going for a PB. Take the race as it comes, no expectations, and let's just have fun with it. I thought I got into the 29s. I did a 30.009. That's how it goes sometimes. Pro strats. Don't try it at home. Chimu, thank you so much for the follow. Try and put some pro strats on this one. It'll be fun though. I've only been driving for 3 hours prior to this. Alright. Just round 5, and it's the first slot, so let's just race it. Let's get a good benchmark and see where we can go. Yeah, and that cam, I love it. I'm the 11 seed in this, by the way. I didn't even realize. That's good. So yeah, and I'd just third gear all day, get in the corner with first, just third gear on the way out, and don't get overzealous. Play it smart with the people in front of you. Have fun. Here we go. Are we gonna have enough fuel? I imagine that it'll be close, but not quite. I think we're gonna have to take some fuel. Good on the launch. It is a slow start, though. Good stuff there. And go in. Make it, make it. We made it. Alright, that's one position right there. Don't fret. We're still in the draft. Just relax and get home. Ah, shit, I already have damage? Oh yeah, it is. It's all good, all good. Woo! That was nice. Try not to shift too late, but it is what it is. Ooh, that was a little early. Life happens. Speed wagon. I should not be looking at chat right now. What's going on now? Good to see you. And thank you so much for the help, Chima. I really do appreciate it. You're catching me on the straights, though. At this rate, being a part of a draft train doesn't sound like a bad time. Okay, that's a play. And anything can still happen. Keep that in mind, anything can still happen. Finally got a chance to watch the GT movie. Nice. How'd you like it? Alright, coming up on me real quick. Should be good. You know, I don't know and I really don't care either. Lost my composure there for a second. Happens. Oh, we're in your favorite car, by the way, Cap. By the way, I thought you should know. Well, this guy behind doesn't want to pass. That's comforting to me. That might be a penalty, I don't know. I'm racing him hard, though. Like, I'm staying in it. Staying in it. That's probably the most I can say. The Dorito one make? Yeah. You're right. Come try it then. Oh god. He's gonna try it. Did that to myself. Happens. Yeah, I'm going to try and come in with them. Right now, they're my best bet. Yeah, you're right. I think it is holding me back a little bit. Not much, just a little bit. It's going to cost me extra time on pit road anyway. Let's put some fuel in and just keep going. I'm not going to go all the way to the diamond. I'm going to save some for the next stop as well. Alright, let's go. SPL got me out of the pits, that's fine. I can trust him. Genki da yo. I pulled out of the draft a little too quick, but that's fine. Take it if you want it. Play that game. Dumbass. Ugh! And I did that shit to myself. Only solace is that we both got a penalty. If I tried to brake earlier to give him the space to do what he needed to do. This is not great. I'm upset. I'm upset. That is all. Still a long race anyway. Still a long race. Yeah, the damage is bad. Shit. Sooner than later, I better get back into the pits. Probably say lap 15, give or take. Yeah, it's BS because I shouldn't have bounced off him like that, but that's okay. So yeah, I'm going to come in lap 15 and then just try and get her to the end. Because we're losing way too much with damage now. Like, look at that ship. I mean, can I make it 10 laps on the mediums? I mean, if I can, I'll just go early. Yeah, because I need to come in ASAP. Yeah, 15. Sounds good. That can't be their second stop, is it? Not that matters at this stage. So I believe it's their second stop, but still, I just feel like that's awfully short to go the rest of the race. Okay, so I can't give up. Bring it into the box next lap. Just bring it in, and hopefully we can stay drama-free through the end. Alright. See what we can get. Car feels better already, though. I only want to beat him out of the pits, but he's somewhere in the vicinity. Catching some of the cars in the back at least. fuck, I think there's another penalty. Yep. Car is just understeering so fucking much. Saying second to rotate and then third to power. I'm glad I didn't actually hit him off the circuit, at least. That's pretty much my race over. It's not a whole lot that I really could have done differently. I just put myself in too many situations that were suboptimal. I think that was another penalty. Yeah, just took too much damage too early, and I didn't realize it was slowing me down as much as it was. And had I known, I would have tried to at least pit on 7, if not 6. That's life. So this car is still doing better in a straight line now than it was at the beginning of the race. Yeah. Is what it is. I definitely lost my cool a couple of times too, so that's a couple of things I can work on for the next one. Nice to be able to capitalize on a mistake for 14th, but it's gonna be harder to, easier said than done, put it that way. Yeah, it looks like I have more damage than I do. Well, a couple more points in hand than we would have had otherwise. Is what it is. Yeah, I was really thrilled after getting that 4th in qualifying, though. Yeah. Whew, shit. Sorry, almost 5. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to get off outside of that. I'm on the T300 OS, so I'm just using the same steering wheel that I have with it. I have a Ferrari GTE wheel, and then I also have the F1 add-on, which I kind of prefer the GTE one. It's less complicated. But yeah, probably gonna go ahead and... Ooh, oh my god, my back. Yeah, log off after that one. It's a little frustrating, and that's racing sometimes. You know, you gotta take the good with the bad. And just like I did some people dirty in that race B that came right before this, sometimes you get done dirty, and that's the way it shakes out. And it's not to say that anyone necessarily did me dirty, it's just that I got caught up in 2 small incidents that had a lasting impact on my race. So, It's the way it is. But for you guys who tuned in, thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for everyone who followed and subscribed today. I'll be back hopefully on Friday for some more daily races, and then Saturday, if everything goes well, we'll be back for round 6, which is Spa, I believe. Yes, it's Spa. So yeah, great to meet you, and till next time, you guys take care and race